So that is rolling, and this is rolling. Okay, so fucking on like Donkey Kong. Oh, you can kind of see the reflection here. So what I'm gonna do is take this one down.
Yeah, got it.
There. Yeah, because you can see the lights now.
Yeah.
Son of a.
Can't win.
Oh my god. Oh my god. And I'm getting shit on here. Hang on a second. There's these little coasters. Oh god. Okay, you got it already. Okay, good. Thank you.
Yeah. I have some really nice mid-century furniture that I invested in, and like I don't always put a tablecloth on it, so I'm like, when I invite people over, I'm like, you're allowed to like raw dog your cup on my table, but you like if you spill, you have to clean it up right away.
Right?
Yeah.
It's so true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, and the furniture is really nice, so
Yeah.
yeah, I'll take care of it.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, I want my eyebrows to be lifted up to here. Actually, there's this guy I'm watching on YouTube. He's a ponytail facelift guy, and he's known for just like making you look like you have a ponytail in.
Oh, like you're just snatched.
Like really,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm like, yeah, I
Yeah.
want to go see him.
Yeah. Like Doja, like that new rapper that won, like that female rapper that won a lot of awards. She just like straight up I think she has those like little sticky clips.
No,
And
she probably
just,
went
like,
to see the ponytail facelift.
Yeah, and she just like wears them, no shame, just to like,
Really?
yeah.
Just have to make sure my nipples are level. Hang on a second. Is everything
Yeah. Just being all googly eyed.
right? Seriously, fuck that. No way. And this is just water, surprisingly.
Yeah.
What's the most dangerous thing you've ever done, or daring, or what do you call it? Like,
Oh, I don't know if you know like the kind of old Buddhist quote, like when Buddha says like just you should give it a try, give it a try, because you don't know if you like it or don't like it, right? So in
Right.
life I always try everything. I'm quite an adrenaline, like I like going fast, whether it's in a car, on the snow, on a bike, in the water, in the air. I like going fast, and
Right.
and I also like, I'm a social drug user. Like
Yeah.
I enjoyed every letter of the alphabet, and with that, to know your limit, you kind of have to reach your limit at one point. So
Right.
I guess that's also scary.
yes.
That's like a daring places that I've been to, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
know.
but-
Me and Eddie have talked about a lot of psychedelics, a lot of drugs.
Yeah. He seems like the kind of guy that would just drop like 4 tabs at once.
Yeah,
Like,
seriously. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even want to get high with him. I'd be too scared. Because then I'd be like, no, I dare you.
Yeah.
No, I dare you.
I feel like you just like get secondhand high off of him, probably. Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I microdosed for a couple years. Yeah. Have you done psychedelics? Like
I
much,
have.
or-
I've done mushrooms. I've done LSD. I've done ayahuasca.
Yeah.
I've done things with shamans that, okay, so I went to Amsterdam, and the shaman at the end of the workshop, it was this, I don't know, chakra healing workshop that I went and did. He said, okay, if anybody wants to stay for like the ferry ride after, like the ferries, like then after the workshop, you're welcome. And so everybody did, right? Even
Yeah.
this lady that was like 80 years old or older. She was so old. But so I said, well, what is the drug? And he goes, well, I got it from the fairy realms. And I was like, what? Like, so what am I taking? And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, like that was one hell of a trip. And then I went and did a training in London, England. And with the same shaman, I did this other stuff with him that was supposedly from the fairy realm as well, but it was like 100 times stronger, and that other shit was so strong.
Yeah.
Seriously, Daniel, I thought like I had to hold it together on the first one. The second time, it was after that I said I'm never doing hallucinogenics again. It was so intense that I couldn't even. I was sitting there next to him, and he's like fighting in the other realm. Like I could almost see him on my I don't know what he was doing, but anyway. I couldn't even move my eyes this way. It sounded like somebody was grabbing metal and dragging it across the street so loud just to move my eyys like this.
Oh, wow.
I couldn't even reach for the glass. Like
You're
It
just frozen
was,
in your own body.
yeah, and it went on
Yeah.
for probably like
Yeah.
an hour or two.
But were you like hallucinating in the LSD? Like was it reality or were you like seeing?
I had
things?
a huge
Yeah.
Grinch thing above my head, and he's like, "This human is so peculiar, all wrapped up in its feelings." And I was like, "Who the fuck are you?"
Yeah.
And like I mean, it was crazy. It
Yeah.
was so crazy. But
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, I haven't done hallucinogenics since then.
Since then. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, no more fairy realm drugs.
No. Yeah.
Because I honestly believe him. Because you
Yeah.
can't find what he did on this planet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or in this frequency,
Yeah.
dimension, whatever, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I've had some I liked microdosing a little bit, but then it kind of got to the point where
Oh my God, she's walking. Wait,
Yeah, I know, I was
have
like-
to pick her up.
Yeah, here. Hi. Hi, honey.
There, I forgot. God, sorry about all that clippity clop, little Amora.
Hi.
Okay. Oh gosh. Now
Yeah, I microdosed for a couple years because I've been like on and off medications at some points in different points in my life, and there was a point where I really didn't want to go back on medication, so I was like, maybe we'll try some microdosing, and it was great for a long time, and then I think I did it for about 2 years, like every other day, and but then I was kind of just like freestyling it. I wasn't really measuring, and like my microdoses were becoming more like regular
Handballs.
doses. Yeah, I'm just like, oh, that should be enough. And like here I am taking like half a gram and like going off to school. Like, and then I realized like, well, okay, maybe we should slow down a little bit. But yeah, I think that there's a time and a place for natural medications and pharmaceuticals. And
Yeah.
if the natural remedy doesn't work, then you can find a pharmaceutical help. Yeah.
Yeah, because there's definitely essential pharmaceuticals out there too.
Yeah.
That really, assist for other things too. Like I'm not against pharmaceuticals at all, but I mean, if you can go a natural route.
Yeah, always try the
then
natural route
always
first.
try the natural route.
Yeah.
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 And you don't want to support big pharma, but if you need
Yeah.
it,
Yeah.
if it's essential in your life, right?
Yeah.
But do you believe in aliens?
Yeah, I think I believe in aliens, and like my friends I think that when I think about statistically speaking, like the vastness of the universe, like there has to be something else out there.
Have you ever
And
had
I,
any
like,
experiences though, like with ghosts or?
I haven't really had. So I think that I'm like an intuitive person, but I haven't. I can't say that I've like had like ghost or like supernatural encounters, but there was like some. I don't know. Do you ever think of like skinwalkers? Like,
Yes.
do you know, yeah.
Yes. Do you watch Skinwalker Ranch? No. Oh my God, you have to watch Skinwalker Ranch.
Yeah, but like, yeah, sometimes I just like, I look at, like there was one day outside of the yoga studio and there are these two people sitting inside their like black Lincoln that was just like a boat of a car. And they're both like maybe in their 70s.
Okay,
and
wait,
they were
where is
just
this?
like just by the Britannia studio.
Okay.
Yeah, and they were probably like in their 70s, 60s, and they were just like looking forward, sunglasses on, like full suit and tie, and just like sitting in their car, not moving. And usually before I go to a yoga class, like that park, like by the
Yes.
yoga, I park my car there, and I'll usually like have a joint before. So like the whole time I smoke my joint, they're just like sitting there, like deadpan stare, not moving, and like. Yeah, when I see stuff like that, I'm like, are you a skinwalker? Like, are you?
Yes. Like are part of
Yeah.
like Men in Black.
Yeah,
Because-
exactly, like that
Yeah.
vibe. Yeah, yeah.
Because I think there really is skinwalkers that move interdimensionally. It's kind of like Bigfoot.
Yeah.
I believe in Bigfoot for sure.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
And but those other guys, those are like government working black op, whatever you call it. I don't know.
Do you remember watching Men in Black? And like, I can't remember if it was like the second one, but like, where I think that they had like a universe inside a globe.
Yes.
And they were trying
the cat
to protect
was wearing
that.
it around the neck.
Yeah.
And it was Orion.
sometimes when I've done hallucinogens, sometimes I wonder if like we are the ones that are like the experiment, you know, and if somebody's looking down in on us, and like, yeah, sometimes when
You mean like the Truman Show?
yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Yeah. Or if that's even possible, like the other way around, like if there's something like, I think that we live in such an empirical, measurable world that if
Yeah.
we can't measure it, it doesn't exist. But just because we can't measure it doesn't mean that it's not there. And so like if we can only measure something up to like a nanoparticle size, but like I just think of like if you can keep going down and down and down, would there be another form of existence or another universe? I mean, like we're trying to like project up and outwards into the universe around us, but is there like universes within us?
I think so, and I think that it's interesting you just mentioning mathematics, because it's due to the fact that the human container does base proof and facts off of measurement, and that we do that just by studying one another, is that that's how we bypass, we don't see the soul. We don't actually see potential. That's why I've always said, like, I even wrote it in my book, that science can't see potential because it is measuring everything, right? So
Yeah.
it's automatically limited.
Yeah,
Right?
totally. Yeah.
And so I absolutely believe that there's vast space that, you know what's really interesting, this is making me think about, is when I had my epiphany years ago in 2005, like, and I've listened to people talk about when they've had near-death experiences and stuff, and they're like, I was going through a tunnel and I was going here and I was going there. And when I had that experience, I didn't go anywhere. Like, everything just appeared. God, which to me in that moment, it was my perception of the reality of what God was the divine feminine and the divine masculine unified. And so when that happened, everything went white. You know, like we're in this colors, that's broken white light. You know what I mean? But that's when all colors come together. That's the unified self. That is God. That's why there was a masculine and a feminine voice to me speaking at the exact same time in unison. But everything went white. But my point is, I didn't go anywhere. I didn't travel anywhere. Everything just became white. It was just vast space right there. So I believe that timelessness is always here. But again, due to the fact of how we quantify things and measure things here, we just don't see it.
Do you think that experience was a taste of evolution or enlightenment, or like a taste of what's in the next realm, or however you might define? Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I do.
Do you think it was a taste
I mean,
of that?
it could have just been a DMT release in my brain.
Yeah.
You know, for sure, because I'll never really know. But if I align to what happened to me afterwards, it was like I did like a 180 in my life. Like,
Do you
it was,
strive to recreate that experience, or are you content with that and living from there? Or
I am. I think that what happened for me after that was that because I went into so much emotion and feeling, it took me, like, okay, so for that to be God to me, I didn't come out of that, so to speak, for lack of better wording, thinking I know God, or there's a God, or this is where we go. It was like, no, it recalibrated the trajectory of my life, because I was going 190 miles down the wrong fucking lane of blackout every night craziness. So that came to a total halt. And so I could redirect and start to go on a new path. And it was throughout all of those years since then that I developed a relationship with that kingdom within me and within you and with everyone, where I didn't go to church and think it was a religion based off of something, again, that's measurement, you know? It's just, but again, I didn't just believe in God like that, is my point. It's taken years and years and years and years for me to align to seeing that and feeling that and trusting that omniscient self, right? That's void of arrogance and is just complete confidence and contentment.
would you describe that almost as faith in a way?
I think it's beyond faith, because I think faith still yearns for something.
Yeah.
There's hope in faith.
Yeah.
And this is more of a knowing, right? There's thinking, and then there's knowing.
I've just been thinking like about, or in my personal practice, you know, like the idea of faith is like a word that I've toyed around with a lot, and like the reason why it came up, I just think that like in Buddhism or in Eastern philosophy, they talk about how if you're kind of like atheist, you really only believe in yourself, and like that everything around you, like nothing else really is connected with you, or you don't really affect other things. And if you there's this idea of like looking up at the stars and not having to know how many there are and how far apart they are and what their names are, but just to look up and be in beauty and not have to measure it and understand it. Mm-hmm. And the way that you were describing that experience that you had, it was something that you didn't know, but you trusted it. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of why that question came up in my mind.
Yeah, and that's beautiful. And because that's what knowing is. It is trust. And that's the difference between beliefs, which are malleable, and the truth, which is anchored and rooted. It's unwavering. Mm-hmm. You know, when you know, you know.
Totally.
There's no question to quantify anything. Yeah.
And it's like when you know, it's also like the idea of intuition. Like when you know, like intuition isn't quantifiable, but you know, I'm learning to trust my gut more than I'm trying to like listen more to my gut than my brain, you know, because more often than not, my logic gets me into more trouble than my gut.
Yeah. Are you religious at all? Or
I grew up religious. So like I grew up, my mom's Catholic, and I went to Catholic school growing up, and then I got into yoga and explored that. And then through yoga, I started exploring Buddhism, and I did a couple trips like to India and Nepal, and I stayed in a monastery in Nepal. But before I did that, I was all just like self-taught Buddhist, and like I just read it from books and practiced meditation and the pillars of like the wheel of yoga and of Buddhism. But when I went to the monastery, I realized that it was just the same as like the Catholic Church. Like there was this weird hierarchy and like all of this money being shuffled around. Like I saw monks like wearing Prada sunglasses and driving Land Rovers, and then there's other monks that are just like living in caves and like and just like prostrations too. Like there was like Buddhist versions of doing prostrations and like prayers and stuff. And I just thought that there was just this whole facade that just ruined like this really beautiful version or view of this thing that I had to myself. And so now I just call myself a spiritual person. I think that all religions and dogmatic practices are all ultimately trying to get to the same place. They're just taking a different path to get there. And some of those paths, like they have really good tools on how you can be a better person and how you can navigate through the world. So the way that I see myself in spiritualities is that it's just a buffet for me. I just pick and choose the values that make me a better person and help me make the world around me a better place as well. Yeah.
Wow, Daniel, did you go and see the Alan Watts thing?
Oh, I was thinking of buying tickets. Yeah. Is it already like out? Like, is it?
Yeah, I went and seen it.
Yeah, because I was looking, there's like tickets at the end of November I was thinking about going to get.
Oh yeah, you got to go see it.
Yeah.
You know, it's an experience, because I love Alan Watts, which
totally.
you do,
yeah, I could just
right?
sit in the bathtub and turn off the lights and totally.
One after the other after the other. So I was kind of like, meh, about the lights that they did. I don't know. To me, it wasn't like great, but just listening to him was so beautiful. But I think, they could have done
the dome, like the visuals.
Yeah, a little bit better, because I mean, that's a major experience.
Yeah, that's the whole part of it. That's the whole point of it.
Yeah, and I've never been in there.
Yeah.
That was my first time.
Yeah.
And but yeah, isn't it freeing when you realize that you're your own problem and your own solution?
Yeah, I mean, it's freeing, but also lonely. Like, I feel like I think about like my childhood traumas that have turned me into the person that I have been today, and like I've learned that my sense of independence, or better worded, my lack of ability to be able to ask for help, is because I was always in a tumultuous environment at home, or not always. That's very like hyperbole, but like the unsteady environment at home always didn't want me to ask my mom. I grew up with a single mom, so like growing up, like I never wanted to ask her for help because I always thought that she was just too busy, too tired. Like I knew she was working really hard to provide for us, and so now to this day, you know, I don't ask for help when I should ask for help. I went one of my first therapy sessions. She asked, "Who is your support system?" And I said, like I don't have a support system. Like I am my own support system. And so I think that relying on like knowing that you are your problem or that you are the creator of your problems is definitely important. And being able to recognize that how your actions can bring you wealth or bring you stress, but also knowing that you're not always alone is important. That like even though if you might be sad or angry, or if you're super happy, it's not all just always up to you or has to be experienced alone by you. You can do it with other people as well. And I'm learning to open up a bit more. Yeah, trying not to see myself as so separate. I mean, like we always think that we're all on our own journey, and I think that like our own path and my life, my view, my feelings, my experience, and it's a very Western way of thinking, and more I say it in my classes, like a Western way of thinking is that I'm made of stardust and I'm special and I'm an individual, but the Eastern way of thinking is that I'm just a drop in the ocean, and that my problems aren't so big in the grand scheme of things, and I am a part of everything else that's around me as well. Yeah, life is it's a balance, you know. Yeah.
And it is so important to, like as you're saying, like know that there's always help there, but also to see how we are conduits to one another. So we literally pour information into one another and then back out to here, because it's almost like we utilize one another as placebos to hear ourselves so that we can heal the pain that's being emanated. Like
Totally.
we don't just get triggered
Totally
by nothing, then we get
and
back.
like you said, yeah, like we're in that space in our head and that loop and keep going around the loop-de-loop, and sometimes when you can just talk about it and let it out and be like have somebody as your soundboard, then you know, like your thoughts become your words become your actions, your words become your life. But just that first step of getting it out of your head, it can make such a huge difference, such a huge weight off your shoulders.
How did you get into yoga?
So I was like 18. I was like I wasn't troubled. Like I think that I got into all the things an 18-year-old does, and I was like with my single mom, I was always quite an overachiever, trying to be not just one good son, but two good sons in one, and part of all the physical activities and social clubs. And after I finished high school, I didn't really have any outlets, and I was looking for some sort of physical activity to do, and like lifting weights isn't really for me. I did swimming a lot growing up, and like dancing and singing and theater and stuff, and I went to a yoga class, and it was great. I went to the Bodhi Tree on 14th Street when it was still Bodhi Tree, and I remember the first time I left, you feel lighter, you feel better, you feel different, but you can't describe it, but you want to go back and see if you can feel it again. And after going a couple times, I realized that it wasn't the physical activity that was making me feel good. It was the mental exercise that was making me feel better. That like meditative aspect, that even though you don't think that you're meditating, but just having that single pointed focus, I recognize this is what made me feel better. And so I continued to seek out yoga, and it was just, when I talked about being on medications, like I've been on antidepressants and anti-anxiety medication and on and off these, I really don't like being on those medications. So if I can find something to make me feel more balanced, then I'd like to do it as much as possible. So I just started going to a lot of yoga, and I just realized, like, and again, this is something that I say in my classes, but if you can make yourself that feeling, if you can make this feeling by yourself, for yourself, within yourself, then you know that you can do it again. And for me, it was like, well, like, this is like free. And like, how does not everybody know this? Like, you don't need drugs, you don't need therapy, you just need to meditate and do yoga.
Yes.
And so that's when I decided that I was going to teach. And I think that my teaching comes from a place of humility. Like, I don't like thinking of myself as a teacher, or that I'm more knowledgeable or better or more evolved or whatever. I'm just another person with some experience that's just sharing what's worked for me. And after a while, like when you start teaching, you're like, I'm going to change the world, I'm going to make everybody better, I'm going to make it a better place. And then you start to feel like a robot after a while. And eventually I told myself, like, not every person needs to leave my class better, but if one person leaves my class feeling better than when they came in, then that is the fulfillment of the work for me at the end of the day.
Isn't it though? Yeah, it's really rewarding.
Yeah. But I just don't like I think I have anxiety about how people kind of like revere yoga like it's kind of like culty a little bit,
Yeah.
and like I really don't want to be like revered by anyone,
No.
like I'm just another guy.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It is funny because, well, most people that get into yoga are just really fucked up, like I was.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
And then some people just get more fucked up because they're not doing any self-reflection work, right? And some of us go into it, and it heals us.
Yeah.
And then we get to share that without spitting all of it out. We just go in and connect with the class.
Yeah, exactly.
And that in itself is infectious.
Yeah, and you can see it within your teaching and my teaching and other successful teachers, is that what you've probably heard in your trainings is teaching from a place of authenticity.
Yeah.
And like when I've gone to some other yoga classes, you can really tell who's just like, like yoga training is like a yoga farm now, like everybody and their dog is a yoga teacher these days. And
like, let's just go to the hot shop. That's McDonald's 101.
How did you know I was talking?
Yeah, exactly. Oh my God.
Yeah.
No thanks.
Yeah. How about you? How did you dive into it?
You know what? I was like you, like started taking, it was funny. I started taking yoga at this hatha place that used to be in Marda Loop, closed down. And it was like on the main strip there. And I remember just driving. So this was after my epiphany, probably maybe 6 months after.
Oh, okay.
Maybe not even, maybe a few months.
Were you like spiritual before then?
No.
Yeah.
And my mom grew up Mormon, and so when she left the Mormon religion because she had so much trauma, she was like, "Fuck that."
Yeah.
So, but anyways, so I went to hatha classes there for 3 months, and then these ladies are like, "Why are you here? You're too young. Why don't you go to the Ashtanga place down the street?"
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
then I went there, and it was way faster and way more exciting. And I was like, yes, you know?
Yeah.
And I just loved it. And then I thought, okay, I was doing broadcasting at the time.
Okay.
And every time I went on television, I felt like I was going to black out because I don't know anything about football. I was doing women's college volleyball. I don't know a fucking thing about that. So I thought to myself, what else do I want to do? Because I don't have the balls to do that career was essentially it. And just the confidence to do it. I wasn't educated on it, you know? So, but anyways, and it was yoga. And I took a teacher training, got a job the day after.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And I was literally teaching 12 classes a week immediately.
Yeah.
And
Not to like age us, but this
Yeah.
was like our early mid 2000s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
somewhere in there. Late, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
How old am I? I'm 48.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, because I think I met you, I want to say around 2011.
yeah.
Around that was.
Yeah,
that
and it was a few
probably-
years before
yeah,
that.
Yeah.
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 I know. How old are you?
I'm 35. Next
you?
weekend. Yeah.
Oh my
Or sorry,
gosh.
this weekend?
Yeah.
Is it the 26th?
Yeah,
Next
you don't
weekend.
need
Next
Botox
weekend.
yet. Not at
Well,
all.
I just it's not a need, but more of a like I have a good skincare routine, and
Yeah.
it's more of like a preventative thing, you know.
Yes,
Like
I do.
I just use it to like
Yeah.
you can't reverse, but you can maintain.
Totally.
Yeah.
Hey, I am all
So-
for Botox. I beam me up immediately. Okay. Yeah, exactly. If it helps you to feel good, do it.
Yeah, totally.
You know, why
Yeah,
not?
I had a girlfriend in high school who was Polish and had a very prominent bridge on her nose that she was
Okay.
just so self-conscious about for years and years. And after she went to university and paid off her student loans, like she saved and saved and saved, and she got that nose job, and I was so ecstatic for her to just like think about something like that in your appearance that has been bothering you for
Yeah.
that long, and to like continue thinking about it while you're saving money, and like just the self-confidence that it can give you, like whether it's like wearing that red lipstick or that nice dress or those heels or putting your hair up or whatever it is, you know,
Yeah.
like do the thing that makes you feel pretty, like whether it's
Right.
Botox or
And
like,
you are pretty.
yeah.
You know what's so funny you said that? Because literally this morning I'm like, he is so pretty. Should I tell him that? Or is that like, I don't know if that's offensive or
thank
like,
you.
but you're so
Yeah.
pretty. And yet you have very chiseled features too, but they're very delicate.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I have mixed genes. So my mom's Filipino and my dad is French Canadian. So I have this like weird mixed identity because I grew up with just my mom who's Filipino, but I'm very white passing. And I identify more like with my Filipino upbringing, but I
Okay.
feel like I don't have this like, because I'm very white passing, I don't have as much of the like second generation sort of, what's the, not racism, but like stigma or like, you know,
Right.
like
Because you almost look Greek.
accessibility. Yeah. Oh, I get everything. I get Mediterranean.
Yeah.
I've gotten Latino. I've
Yeah.
gotten
Oh, Latino for
Native,
sure.
I've gotten.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. I've gotten everything. Yeah.
You must get hit on a lot.
I mean, I'm a pretty humble person.
Yeah. Oh my God, you're fine. Okay, do you just date men?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Just men. I've always kind of known. It's always been, there was never like the conversation. I've kind of like, I was a really effeminate young boy, and my family always knew. And
Did they?
oh yeah, because I was just like such an effeminate little boy, and like
Yeah.
I think with a lot of gay men, like when they first come out, especially at a younger age, you're like, oh, I'm gay, I have to be gay, you know, and like,
Right.
and then after a while, for some, not all gay men, but some people like myself, you come to realize like, okay, just because I'm gay, it doesn't have to be my whole personality, you know,
Right.
like. I mean, it is a big identifier, but like I don't need to be, just because I'm gay, it doesn't mean I need to be flamboyant, or just because I'm gay, it doesn't need to mean I'm into fashion or into drag race or like whatever, you know, I can still be me, but also gay.
You know what? I love that, and I've always wondered, why do gay men talk like that?
Yeah, it's just, I've
Because
actually watched.
it's a gay man accent.
Yeah, I actually watched a document. There's like an actual like documentary. A lady who's like a linguist and a speech pathologist like did a
Okay.
whole like PhD on the gay accent, and I think that she theorized it more towards like when gay men are younger, they are often like more like hanging out with women and their mothers, and so when young boys usually look up to their fathers or other male figures around them, you know, they get more of this masculine identity, but gay men, I guess that's like starting at a young age, hanging out more with women when they're still learning their language and their speech pathology. They just pick up on those effeminate traits and it sticks. That's one I remembered, but don't like directly quote me on that.
Yeah.
But
Because sometimes, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? It's like, why do a lot of people kind of talk with accents when they know? You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know.
Yeah, well, and so then kind of like I said, like some guys like it sticks and some guys it falls off, and I think that like unfortunately for some gay men it is like a bit of like a security cover, you know, like it's a way
Yeah.
of like not being vulnerable, like by making their personality sassy, nobody can hurt them
Yeah.
if they're constantly, you know, putting the world around them at bay. So I think it's also a
Yeah.
bit of a cover for some insecure
I think
guys.
so too, yeah. Because I know I had a friend of mine, and he spoke normal, and then when he came out, it just changed. The accent turned on, and I was like, "What's going on?"
Yeah,
But
yeah,
is
and maybe
what
it was just kind of like that, you know, like okay, now I'm like out of the closet, like I can be gay, you know, and like,
Yes.
but then I think it might die down, it might stick,
Yeah,
but like,
because lesbians don't have an accent. Because
No,
I was
yeah.
basically a lesbian all through school into my 20s. I only liked women.
Yeah,
And then it switched
Yeah.
in me, and I don't know why. I
Yeah.
mean, I still like.
but I guess
I'll
you could equate it to like vocal fry. So like if
Okay.
you think that like with lesbians, like one would be like the butch and one would be like the lipstick.
Yeah.
And so like the butch would have more of like a flat dialogue,
Yes.
and the lipstick would have more of like a vocal fry, like a valley girl talk, you know? Like
but they don't.
Yeah.
Because I've dated both of them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and I've dated like the masculines
Yeah.
too. They do like they'll have their, what is it,
Bro.
swagger?
Yeah. Yeah, totally.
Right?
Yeah.
But I don't know. And I think because some of them might take hormones too, right? Their voices drop and stuff like that. But anyways,
Yeah.
it is what it
Yeah,
is. I mean,
it's
all
an
good.
interesting topic.
I'm
Yeah,
totally
totally.
like
Yeah.
fine. I'm not like
Yeah,
dissing
no,
any
totally.
of it.
Yeah.
It's just like
It's a
something
curious
I've always
thought.
wondered. So
Totally.
when you said like I didn't
Yeah.
have to be gay like that, I
Yeah.
was like, oh my god, like that's a question I've always wanted to ask.
Yeah, totally.
A gay man.
Yeah, if you have any other questions, I'm an open book. Yeah.
And your mom
Yeah.
was okay, like when you.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
My mom had like a lot of gay friends too. It's kind of weird, like in Filipino, like in some cultures, you know, like gay people have always existed. Like in Indian cultures, like they have I think they're called hijras. And they were like natural, like transgendered people that they kind of like. Have you heard about these people?
No, wow.
Oh yeah, so like in Indian culture, these I can't remember the name, hijras, and these people who are born with both male and female genitalia.
You mean like hermaphrodite?
Yeah, hermaphrodites. Yeah. They are like revered as like spiritual people, and same with in North American indigenous cultures. And oftentimes when you are getting married or having a child, you get these hermaphrodites to come and like bless your ceremony for like your child or for your marriage, and they come around and.
Well, it's the
yeah.
state of one.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
it could be looked at as that.
Yeah.
You know, for
yeah.
sure.
And so, yeah, in Filipino culture, I guess like the colonization. So I think that gay people were always kind of like there, but then with the colonization from the Spaniards and Catholicism, it was kind of like shamed, but they're still there. So like in the Philippines, like gay people are there and they're like very gay, but like it's just like a don't ask, don't tell culture. Like I know you're gay, but we're not gonna like say the word gay, and we're never gonna like talk about it, and I'm not gonna like tell my children about like who's your best friend that you bring around all the time, and like it's okay for you to like be around and be gay and be flamboyant and like bring your girlfriend around, but just like never talk about it. Yeah, it's weird.
Wow. Are you dating anybody now?
I've been like kind of playing the game, but yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's like it sucks dating at our age, you know?
Yeah.
Like yeah, dating people at our age is like
How do you
no
do
offense.
it? How do you date them? Like, do you go online?
Yeah, online.
Okay,
Yeah, all the apps. But there's few and far between. Like my pool is very small in comparison to yours. I mean, you also have like a small pool, but like
Yeah.
it gets smaller and smaller.
As
Yeah.
you get older?
That too, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because all the good ones get taken, yeah.
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 Do you know what, though? It was like, after my marriage, I did a lot of healing, right? Even during, you know, I would say the whole...
Was that like 3 years ago?
No, so we were married for 15. We
Yeah.
were together for 15, married for 14.
Yeah.
And then we just divorced in April.
In April, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but like I said, I had done a lot of healing prior to that. So when the divorce came, I felt very ready and very complete with everything. And
Was it messy?
no,
No? Yeah.
no,
That's
no,
good.
no.
That's good.
No, and I have nothing but love for Chris in my heart.
That's good.
Always, you know.
Yeah. And that's the same with me and I've had like 2 long-term relationships, both of them like about 5 years, and with each of them like I still love them deeply. Like I don't believe that you can just turn it off. Like you can't just stop loving
Yeah.
someone. It's always gonna be there, and there's different forms of love, you know, and like it's yeah, but then you know you go through these waves of like missing them and hating them. And
Yeah.
hating that you miss them, and
Yeah,
and hating
it's
them.
so true, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah, but you still love them at the end of the day.
Of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
you know, you show up if they need you,
Yeah, exactly.
no matter what's happened or how much time's passed.
Yeah,
you're still
you know, like,
there.
I think I got into like a car accident a while ago, and literally the only phone number I had memorized in my brain was my ex's phone number. Like I don't even have my parents' phone numbers like memorized, and like because like my phone got tossed somewhere in my car, and I asked the other person to use their phone, but yeah, the only number I remembered was my ex's off the top of from like
Really?
10 years ago. Yeah.
And how was he when you called?
Oh, he's fine. He picked up,
Yeah.
and like yeah, we're still good friends.
Yeah.
Like still see him around, but
Yeah.
yeah.
I know. I was like, I'm going to date women again.
Yeah.
I haven't dated women for a long time. And then boom, though, like I met a guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was like on the vag train. I was like going. I was like,
You're ready to hop
bye,
on.
guys.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, there's
Going back to
definitely
my
a pleasure
roots.
that you can get from a woman that a man couldn't give you.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, a woman has all the same genetic makeup as you, so
Yeah,
they know what to
right?
do.
Yeah. But it's interesting because I didn't go out dating at all.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Like, I didn't even go online.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I was like, listen, I'm born in the late 70s, 77. There's no fucking way I'm going online. Like, I will meet somebody on the street, you know what
yeah,
I mean, in the
yeah.
grocery store or whatever. And that's what happened.
Nice.
It was just like, boom. I knew it was going to happen as soon as I felt really,
Totally centered,
Yeah.
grounded,
And
and
then it
like
did.
not looking for it. And it's funny,
Yeah.
like that's every time that's what happens to me when I find that somebody wants to start dating me, is like when I stop trying to date people and just be confident with being single and be confident like by myself, then somebody's like, oh, crosses my path, and I'm like, oh, but I was just loving myself. But also this is great, but
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you love being by yourself, or do you enjoy it?
I do. It was like a big part of like my breakup was that I'm quite I wouldn't say I'm detached, but I need space. Like I have a very limited social battery that I understand, you know, like I know when I don't want to go somewhere, because I would just rather be fully present, you know, and awake. And like if I'm tired or not interested, then I don't I feel bad showing up, you know. And
Yeah.
I also just like know how like to just like not to commit to as many things, you know, and just to like spread it out. Like I have a social battery of like two social events a week, and then I'm
That's
good.
still a
Yeah.
lot. That's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I couldn't do
Yeah.
any more than that.
Yeah.
That's like already
Yeah.
overwhelming me.
Because already like teaching yoga too is also like you know, you gotta have
It
your
is.
face on, and like you gotta be on when you're
Well,
there.
and we're
like,
connecting with
Yeah.
like people don't realize when you enter that room, you're not just going to teach a class, like you're connecting. It's
Yeah.
a facilitation, right? You're becoming a conduit. It's a lot of energy. And
Yeah.
so, yeah.
I just had this flash, as you were saying that, I just had this flash to an experience where I was teaching once, and I would culminate it to some sort of out of body experience. And it was so weird because it was like a corporate class. Like it wasn't even like a, you know, like a vibey yoga studio
Yeah.
class. Like it was.
And you were taking it, or
I was
instructing?
teaching it.
Okay.
Yeah. And I just, when everybody was in Shavasana, you know, like I sat down in meditation, and I could just feel, I think because everybody was so centered, or maybe because I was so centered, that I just felt like the boundaries of my skin like dissipating, and I felt like, it sounds really fluffy, but like I just felt like myself, or my energy, or my aura just beginning to fill the space, and like moving beyond the four walls of the room and outside of the room. And yeah,
That's
I sometimes when there's like a really good Shavasana, I get that every once in a while.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
That really is like true connection.
Yeah.
Like you are vulnerable to the room.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really cool. Yeah, I've only, the only time I've ever experienced that is like when I've had students in Shavasana. And it's not even equating to like, that was a great class, or like,
No.
it just like happens. Like,
Well, and it's
yeah.
interesting because they would be in their most vulnerable stage too, and their non-resistance. Like, they're hovering between the waking and the sleeping state. Some of them do sleep,
Yeah.
right? But
Yeah.
yeah, it's such a state of non-resistance that they expand too without even realizing it.
Totally, yeah. And it's so I think that it's so beautiful just being able to share that experience. I think that there's something really beautiful about gathering in a room with a bunch of strangers, working towards a single purpose of fulfillment, but like doing it together but separately. And like I've seen, like you can think about it like sharing a meal, or like going to church, or going to a drum circle, or being at a wedding, or like marching for political values, or going to a marathon. Like when people gather for like a cause and don't have to share a word or a glance, you don't have to know each other, but you can all just move together. It can be really beautiful. That's like that sense of awe that I was talking about too. Yeah.
You're really special, Tony. Honestly, I don't know why I want to cry around you. Like, get it together.
Yeah, but that's it. Like, you don't always need to be in control. We don't always need to sometimes like be in control and like trying to like, define and limit, and like, you know, sometimes we don't need to be in control. Sometimes it's okay to not be in control. Yeah. Sometimes it's okay to not know. Yeah.
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 That's how you come to know.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
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 Do you meditate a little bit here and there, or just like through your do you
I
like
used to
moving
meditate
meditation?
a
Like,
lot.
yeah.
A lot. I wouldn't call it meditation now. You know what? I did
Sit with your
guided
thoughts,
meditation
or
actually
yeah.
not that long ago.
Yeah.
Like maybe a month ago, I felt drawn to do one.
Yeah.
What's his name again? I flew to Seattle to watch him.
Oh, okay.
Oh my gosh. Oh, it was a Tom Kenyon one.
Okay.
And so he just sings, you know.
Cool.
And that I call that a guided meditation, even though
Yeah,
it wasn't
totally.
guided, but it was
Yeah.
he channels in, I guess, different ETs and stuff like that through his voice and stuff. It's pretty
Like spirit, like spirits and
extraterrestrials
energies.
and-
Okay. Yeah. Cool.
anyways, but yeah, beautiful sound. So I did
Yeah.
that. But I feel like when you lay groundwork and the more you're self-reflecting over those years and constantly bringing things back to you, that is meditation.
Totally, yeah. That's what I
Yeah.
kind of mean by like sitting with your thoughts, Like
Totally.
even like going
And I
for a
sit
dog,
quiet.
like going for a dog walk, Like
Yes,
just
and
being
I walk
alone with your thoughts.
Exactly.
Like,
I walk my dogs 5 times a day.
yeah.
And but I love quiet.
Yeah.
Like I'm not somebody at home that turns on
Turns on
everything's
music.
quiet.
Yeah, totally. Me too. Yeah. Some people think I'm a psychopath. I mean, like, why aren't you like playing music at home? Like, I don't even realize, like, I'll be at home for like 4 hours by myself, just like cleaning, cooking, doing
Yes.
whatever. Like, no, just like
Nothing.
deadpan, nothing.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But you know that guy that I'm seeing now, he'll play music and I'm
Yeah.
like, oh my God, I like this.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh. But also what's been so good for me, I don't know how I fell out of this, is getting back to the studio and going to people's classes. I'll be coming to your class soon too. I'll be staying for one of the afternoon ones, right?
Yeah, it's Saturday
But
afternoon.
so I've been going to different, even I went to 2 6 a.m.s
Oh, yeah.
as well this week.
Nice.
And to different people and, driving over to the Avenida, just everywhere
Yeah.
to go. And I've got to tell, and so everybody plays music in
Yeah.
their classes,
Yeah.
right?
Oh,
I
yeah,
don't
you're
play
like,
any
you're the odd
music,
duck, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow, like, it's like being in their classes, being led. I miss being led so much in my life. It's revitalizing my whole practice, like
Yeah,
my whole
totally.
view of instructing.
Yeah.
And I'm so inspired. I went to Amanda Kelly's
Yeah, Amanda's
class today.
great. I love
Oh my
Amanda.
God,
Yeah.
Avenida was just so
Yeah.
incredible.
You know what she said the other day that really resonated with me that I've been exploring in my practice and my teaching? She said that this was like my take on what she said. It wasn't like verbatim, but she said, we often come to practice to feel better or to feel more. And it got me thinking about like how we go to yoga to feel less of what we're feeling in the real world. We're trying to feel less of our anger, trying to feel less of our stress, but trying to feel more of our contentment and trying to find more of our fulfillment. And it's interesting how we can turn down the volume of our external world when we come to practice to turn up the volume of our internal world. And
That's
I've been,
beautiful.
Yeah.
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 Oh
Yeah.
my goodness. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just absolutely love it. I love how creative everybody is.
Totally,
and,
yeah.
The
Yeah.
music, with
Yeah.
what they're saying. What was her name? Paige was singing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Singing like a little angel. Like, I was like, who is this girl? Like, unbelievable. And I mean,
Yeah.
belting it out.
Yeah, yeah,
And
totally.
then Crystal does her
Yeah.
tiny little singing at the end.
Yeah.
She should really belt it out. I bet you
Yeah.
she's got a kick-ass voice because she sounds like a little angel in that teeny little bit she
yeah.
gives you at the end of the class. I'm like, give me more.
Yeah.
And then Amanda
Yeah.
too sings.
Yeah. Yeah. All of the singers. Yeah. Totally.
I'm
Yeah.
like, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have a lot of great teachers. In
Yeah, I'm
comparison.
like starstruck
Yeah.
about the whole thing. I'm just
Yeah.
so excited.
Yeah, it's nice because then when you go to other teachers' classes and it's still like your practice and like kind of coming back to teaching from authenticity. Like when you can go to other classes and start to feel things or get other perspectives, it just really rejuvenates your teaching and your perspective.
Yeah, and it just reminds me like why I got into it,
Yeah.
why I loved it, you know, because I felt like for a lot of years, I just started to close myself off so much from, not from the practice, because I loved the practice and I would self-practice too, but I wouldn't go to people's classes, and that's what I miss. I miss connecting and letting go and being guided, and
Yeah.
you know, I miss that, and,
Yeah.
and being inspired.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just so beautiful. I'm just going through the most amazing time
Yeah.
right now in my life.
Now think about like going back to your Ashtanga classes, like how you were
Oh,
taught
yeah.
then. Like, isn't it
Right?
crazy how teaching has evolved? Like my teacher used to like throw blocks at us and like stand on our backs and tell us we're useless. Like
Totally right.
now, like I got in trouble a couple months ago because I touched someone. Somebody put in like
Are you kidding?
yeah. So I like, because I teach mostly like relaxing classes, like I give comfort adjustments, like, you know, I'm going to push on your hips in a child's pose, or, you know, I'm going to push on your shoulders in a shavasana,
Yeah.
and like relaxing things, and like never really invasive stuff is only for like people that I know
Yeah.
now, you know?
Yeah,
And,
for
like,
other instructors, because we
Yeah.
know it's like, come in and adjust me.
yeah, exactly.
For
yeah,
sure.
Yeah, but then it's kind of like that one person just like ruined it for everyone.
Totally.
You know?
That's
Yeah.
what always happens.
Yeah. So now like I can't give. I mean, I can give adjustments, but I just have to be
But
so.
you're hesitant.
careful.
Yeah. It doesn't
Yeah.
make it like
Yeah.
there was
And
a
like
guy.
also like, girl, I'm not coming after you. You're not my type. Like,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so just chill.
Yeah.
Oh my God, hey.
Yeah.
There was a guy, will not say his name. I fucking loved how he used to adjust, but he would get fired from every like over the years. But he's taught for years. Somebody told me, I think it was Eddie, that he was subbing some classes recently. I'm like, where? I have to go to his classes. Like,
Yeah.
he would, okay, I'm in a forward fold, okay, and he would come up, push his entire front body
Oh, yeah.
against my back body, lean over. This is how
And
the
grab your
adjustments used to
feet
be.
and just push
well,
you
and
on
then
his chest.
wrap your
Yeah.
arms, and pull you into them. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, if you did those adjustments now, you
Yeah.
are going to get fired.
Yeah.
But back then, it was just like
That's the way it was. Yeah. You didn't need to ask if it was okay. It
no,
was just like.
and they wouldn't even ask you.
Yeah. Exactly.
They would just come up.
They would just come up and stand on you.
Yes, I know,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah. Now it's like so fluffy.
It is.
I like how assertive you and I are. I think that there's different sort of what's the word that I'm like action words that teachers use, like if you want to, or like when you're ready to, and like when we were taught, it was like, nope, you're doing it. This is what we're doing. Like I don't really have that dialogue of trying to like baby people. I think that people know their limitations, you know, like I'm going to tell you where to go, and then I'm not going to tell you to like if you want to, because if I tell you if you want to, you're not going to do it. I think that where this is coming from is like in my practice, what I've been realizing lately is like the best time to practice something is when you want to do it the least. So when you're at the end of your practice and you don't want to do that last vinyasa, that's like probably the best time, like when you're going to be building the most strength, or like the best practice of forgiveness is to give it to somebody who deserves it the least, or the best practice of patience is to exercise it when you're upset. And yeah, I think that we need to push people in a confident way without babying them through their practice.
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes me think of Tony Robbins when he says fuck, you know, a lot, because it snaps people out of it. Like,
Yeah.
get on track.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Stop being captivated by all your bullshit. Wake up.
Yeah.
You know, just fucking go ahead and do it. And if you want to act like a victim and be a victim, you're going to blame me that I told you what to do, but nobody tells you what to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you got to come into class and show up.
Yeah, and do the
and-
work.
Yeah.
Do the work.
Yeah, and listen to your inner facilitator, that when your hamstring's burning and it feels like it's going to snap, you're going to pull yourself out of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Should we cap it out now?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
I could talk to you forever.
Yeah. I think that the conversation flowed really naturally. It's nice, I
Me
think.
too.
It's nice, I think, that we both recognize. Did you ever read that book? Oh, what was it called? The Philosopher.
I'm gonna say men loves bitches.
I can't remember what it's called, but it's like this book that is always left at The Prophecy.
Oh, Celestine Prophecy.
Yeah.
I
have
love
you have you
that.
read that?
Yes.
Yeah. So there's one point in that book that resonated, that's always stuck with me, and it was this point of like it's kind of like a talking stick, or just like noticing the energy of communication, and like, you know, sometimes talking with people, it's like one way or the other, but I think that conversation flowed really well, and we both had a recognition of like passing along the energy, and
Yeah.
it flowed really
Yeah,
well.
because we were just so
Yeah.
dialed with each other. The
Yeah.
Celestine Prophecy, I read that when I was 16.
Yeah.
My mom was reading the book, and then she just tossed it outside, and for some reason I picked it up. I never liked reading books then.
Yeah.
I think the only book I read before that was James and the Giant Peach.
Yeah.
And when I read that book, I was like, oh my God, this makes so much sense.
Yeah.
It like blew my head off.
Totally. Yeah.
But yeah, then I had to get really fucked up for a lot of years before I realized where to go from there and how to apply that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you have to reach your bottom, or you got to know your limit to know when to go up, you know?
Yeah, it's so true.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you, Daniel.
Yeah,
I love
totally.
you.
Yeah, I love you too. Yeah. Yeah, we should do this again.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the morning, we'll drink tequila.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Day drinking's way better.
Yeah, totally. I like day drinking because then you're in bed by like 8
Yeah,
o'clock.
I mean,
It's like-
you're tipsy by
Yeah.
noon.
Yeah.
It's over by 3 or 4. You have dinner. And
Yeah.
you go to bed. Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, well, like Sundays, I'm usually free. So
Okay.
if you ever wanted to do like a Sunday afternoon,
Oh my
just
God.
I just need like a couple weeks notice just so I can make sure to leave it open, you know.
Oh my God, I
I'm
would
not like
love that.
Yeah.
Okay, Sunday, God's Day.
Yeah.
We'll drink tequila.
Totally. Yeah. I'm always down.
Okay, awesome.